Hey y'all, hey, it's me, February Hassan, your relationship and personal development coach. You guys know about to start my usual spiel that I believe every relationship you're having is ultimately a reflection of one that you're having with yourself, and all your relationships are just barometers to show you your thinking and your belief patterns. After that, I always remind you, consider this just your dressing room. I'm not selling anything, so if you don't like it, you can leave it right here. If you like it, you want to try it on, you can take it with you. It's all fine by me. So, as always, thanks for joining me. So you know what I'm about to say. Let's jump right in. I think I just started to say the same things all the time, right? It's easy. So, you saw tonight's topic is should women shoot their shot? Oh, and you know what I always forget to do? The book. So, again, author, relationship and personal development coach. I have to do a few things. So, should women shoot their shot? And I have this whole thing behind that. I hear it all the time. I hear men saying, I think women should shoot their shots. Why aren't they shooting their shots? And the problem with that is you're not listening, you're not watching, you're not observing that women do shoot their shots. But again, as you heard me say many times before, equal does not mean same. I'm a strong proponent of masculine and feminine energy and everybody kind of playing their position, not being in their place, but playing their position. Okay, so understand the difference of what I'm saying here. And so what is happening is a lot of men are missing that women really do shoot their shot. It's just because we don't do it the way you do it, which we shouldn't be doing it the way you do it, because again, we're women, you're men, and if we're all playing the same position, nobody's winning the game, right? So, but if we're all playing our own unique positions and understand that, we have a better opportunity to win the game. So that's for all you basketball people and football people and everything else. I'm using that analogy. So what is happening a lot of times when men are saying women are not shooting their shots, and men are saying, well, why won't women shoot their shot? Why won't women talk to me? Why won't women approach men? Well, let's just be clear. It's not our position. That's not my position to approach you. As a woman, there is a word that is used to describe women, which is called alluring. I've said this before in previous videos. You never hear men called alluring. Why? Because they're not allured. It is a word that is uniquely subscribed to women. Thank you. I'm so glad it's uniquely subscribed to us. So this is the thing. Allure is just that. It's to pull you in, to bring you in. So think about it. If I want to pull in a bear, a big bear, I might want to dangle a salmon, right? If there's a certain type of fish, and even every fish does not use the same type of lure or bait. And even still though, if you think about it, the bait is oftentimes much more stationary in its position. It's not all over the place. It's not fleeting around. It's stationary. Even though it may move within its position, it doesn't go very far from its position, because again, it's playing its position. It is calling you in, it's calling you forth, it's calling whatever it desires to it, that it knows whatever it is attracted to. So a woman who really understands her feminine energy and knows how to be alluring is not her position to walk up and aggress a man in a manner of masculine energy or a way a man would approach a woman. So do I think it's okay for a woman to speak and say hello? Yes, we're social beings. Hello, how are you? Nice suit. Again, if you don't pick that up, guys, if you don't stop to think, could she be interested? So she's already walked all the way across the room, right? Or walked by and said something pleasant. And if you don't pick that up, if that's not enough for you, I will humbly submit to you, then you're just not her type of guy. That's it. Like, if you're not going to take the hints and the clues that we're giving you, and we're, putting ourselves out there, but in the way that it's meant for a woman to do so. Like, we are constantly trying to captivate your attention from the clothes that we wear, the sense that we present ourselves in. But what has happened is we have lost the seductive dance that is mating and the call to attraction to one another, because we don't play our positions. So imagine, if you would, a dance. And I know there are women out there who particularly dance professionally, like the salsa or tango or any type of ballroom dancing. Men are often the leads, and sometimes there's some conflict in that, that they don't always allow women to have creativity. But let's just talk about it from the place of what it does in a really beautiful sense, when men are the leads in a dance or in any role that showcases the beauty and the magnificence of his partner. So if you would, in a situation where we're dancing and we're moving softly, a man who is the lead gently, not roughly or aggressively, knows to kind of press her hand a certain way or graze her hips a certain way or her waistline to kind of cause her to move in a certain fashion. But even when he pulls her out from him, and then draws her back in, it is for her to be showcased. It's not for him to be showcased, it's for her to be showcased. Because again, women are alluring. That is our position. That's what we just got blessed with, right? And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that whatsoever. Again, if a woman is looking at you and she kind of holds your attention a little longer, she's directed right at you. Her energy's like, hello, that's him right there. And she puts on that smile. If you don't show any interest, you're not interested. Maybe you're shy. But from her standpoint, you're not the type of guy that she may be interested in because maybe you are too shy or maybe you're not picking up her hints. So she just assumes that you're not interested. So when we learn to play our positions and see that women really are, guys, if you would start honing in to your senses, this is where you're missing the mark. You're not honing in, guys, to your natural senses. It's almost if we want to be primitive about it and talk about men being hunters, and I'm not talking about knuckle draggers and, being hyper masculine, but if you just think about the sense of just being literally a hunter in today's time, and you have a bow and arrow, or you have a gun, and you have something in your line of view, you learn to observe its patterns, right? You learn to watch and see what it is that you desire and what is the best way to get that what you desire. And it is oftentimes in your line of view. So if you really want something, you put it in your line of view. So if you see a woman that you're interested in and you're playing your position, you place her in your line of view. You're looking, you're observing. Like I said, again, you're in the position of a hunter. So you're watching to see if, could she possibly be something I'm interested in? Now, if she is now observing you, then she would be allured. And now she's watching you. When she's putting on, at that point, an attraction point. You're an observer. You're merely observing at this point. You found something you're attracted to. You found something you like and you're honing in on it. That's your position, guys. So you're looking. You're like, she's cute. Like her dress, right? She catches your eye, she looks at you, and then the whole mating dance starts. She looks at you, she smiles, she tosses her hair. She holds your gaze a little while longer than she normally would. Someone she's not interested in. She smiles. She tosses her head to the side. There's a very unique dance that's going on here with mating, but we're not listening to it. We're asking men and women to behave like the other does, and that is not what we do. There's a lead and there's a follow. It's a beautiful, seductive dance when we really learn to play into it and hone into our own skills and just kind of enjoy the whole entire process. So again, men, if you're hunting and you see something in your line of view, you watch it for a while, right? You kind of pay attention to it. You kind of see how it moves, because again, you're the one who needs to make the shot. It's not her position to make the shot. It's hers to be alluring. And that's what her job is. So now once she sees that you're in her line of view or she's in your line of view, now her position is to get your attention in a way that captivates you. So again, remember, women are alluring. That's our position. That's what we do. Because now that we see that you like us and you're watching us, then our position starts. So the sooner we start to understand this dance that we're having, and that women are not to be the aggressors in the same sense of masculine energy. We're meant to be feminine in our energy and how we approach things. And again, if a woman approaches you and she says hello, and she smiles broadly, and she holds your gaze a little longer, dude, she just shot her shot, okay? She just shot her shot. That was it. If you missed it, you missed it. That was it. It's no big mystery about it. And if you say hello back, and she says hello again, and you ask her her name, and she starts talking to you, the whole process is started. It's not as deep and difficult as we're making it, and it's not even as scary as we're making it. It's a very beautiful, seductive dance. There are times I go out, and I just watch it like, wow. I just like watching the humans interact in our natural habitat, as I like to say. But we have got to start to remember who and what we are in our energy and learn to captivate one another's attention and senses. Again, men, if you're heterosexual, you're not going to be attracted to over masculine energy. So stop asking women to be that which is counter to that which you really desire. It doesn't make it easier. Could you imagine if we were dancing and in the middle of the dance, all of a sudden, the woman takes the lead? No one even knew she was going to attempt that. Now he's like, what the hell is going on? Wait a minute, that's not your position. This is my position. This is your position. We didn't discuss this. So all this confusion, now everything's messed up, right? The dance looks confumbled. You can tell that they're misstepped. You can tell something has gone awry in the process because someone is out of position. Right? Someone decided, well, I'm going to take the lead. So now a woman says, I'm going to take the lead. No conversation, nothing. I'm just going to do this thing. And I'm just going to step out of line. And now we are confused. And this is what's happening in our intimate relationships and in our intercourse with one another prior to actually having physical intercourse, but just our dialogue and intercourse with one another. We are not even enjoying the process and the dance. We're asking men to be women. We're asking women to be men. A woman in her most beautiful and authentic feminine energy knows her position. Her position is to be a lure. Her position is to captivate your attention. Because once she sees you watching her and looking at her, she's interested in you. She's going to let you know. She's going to capture your attention. She knows what bait to use for her particular person that she wants to captivate. And that's just what it is. And we can use all types of, synonyms and antonyms and everything else to describe it. But the bottom line is it's a beautiful dance. It's a beautiful dance. And mine, again, is to be alluring, even seductive. It's to pull you in. I want to draw you into me. And someone would say, well, the lure gets gobbled up, so to speak. But that's okay. That's the lure's position. To be captivated. I want to be captivated by you. Because then as you captivate me, if we would think of our individual energy, the masculine and the feminine, each doing its job, and then think of that which, if we're talking even about fishing, that which is throwing things out there, our soul and our spirit, we both come back to the same thing. We both come back to it. And now we still are one together. Again, it's a beautiful, sexy, sensual, you guys can tell I just find it so incredibly delicious when we're really playing our positions. And I really like my position. So I really want men to understand that women are shooting their shots all the time at you. We're constantly trying to get your attention, constantly pulling you into us, drawing you in, desiring to converse with you. And we're doing this in the way that we know how. And again, it is incumbent upon men to start to listen to that. And we would have much more effective interactions when we just appreciate some of the subtleties, but also take down some of the outside noise. We have so many conversations and voices going around about who and what each person's supposed to be, what society says, what this person says. And when we really just look at and listen to our God-given instincts and intuitions, things work out so much more beautifully when we really learn the seductive mating dance that's often going on between us. And women are constantly, wanting to attract your attention. But I would say the majority of men that I've met, and this is not everyone, it's never anything, it's the totality, really enjoy the dance when they understand it and they're allowed to play their position and she plays hers, and everyone ends up really getting what they want. It's not a situation where one person's left out or one person's caused to do more than the other, because again, my job is a lure and to captivate your attention. That's a lot, because to make the assumption that I don't need to be intelligent is quite erroneous. To make the assumption that beauty is not important is quite erroneous. To think that being a humble person, a kind person, a nurturing person, all those things are terribly important, and all those things play into me being alluring to captivate the attention of the type of man I would want to attract. So I have to understand as a woman, in order to have the type of man that I want to attract, there's certain things I have to come with. It's not just about being pretty, or, as they say, a fat ass and a pretty face, because that only attracts a certain type of, certain type of fish. And we just have to kind of use the fishing analogy. It only attracts that. And for the woman that's trying to attract that, that's the type of bait that she uses. But there's so many women that understand that when there's a certain type of man whose attention that I want to garner, It's a certain type of woman I need to be to cause that to come to me. And I'm not saying there's any type of woman, any other woman has to be. I'm just saying, know as a woman now what you're trying to attract. Now, if you're being alluring, please understand that it's incumbent upon you as a woman to know that what you're trying to lure in. When you're trying to so-called shoot your shot in that regard, when you're attempting to be alluring, know the type of man that you're attempting to allure, to have be allured by you. So, for instance, if you just want, I'm going to say, if you just want a guy who only cares about a big ass and a pretty face, then that's all you got to have. No problem. Do your thing, get in his, if you're in his line of view and you're in his line of view, dangle around, he's going to capture that. But if you're looking for a man who may have, for lack of a bit more substance, then you are going to have to be a more substance lure and be able to attract the attention by being alluring with those types of qualities to that type of man. So again, it's a very synchronistic and complex yet simple dance when we understand, when each of us plays our position, how we're creating and how we actually cause the other to be more inclined and more relaxed and more comfortable and more authentic in their energy when we're ultimately being more authentic in ours. So guys, the short version is, do I think women should shoot their shot? Hell yeah, but the way a woman shoots her shot, not the way a man shoots her shot. I'm never going to tell a woman to come up to you and ask you for your phone number. I'm not. If she wants to, that's on her. I'm just not going to tell her that because that's not my position. That's not what I teach from my unique perspective. Am I going to ridicule her? No, that's never my position either. But I'm going to say it is my belief, I want to be very clear, my humble belief, that when we understand masculine and feminine energy and the importance of it, I think it is a much more captivating environment when we actually have a very nice tango or salsa or waltz going on where he is the lead and I understand his subtle twists and turns, and he allows me to be the center of attention by pulling me out and then pulling me gracefully in. When that is allowed to happen, it is, to me, just absolutely amazing when we all play our positions. So yes, women shoot their shots all the time, guys. You just got to learn to be in tune and listen, and you have to stay in your masculine energy in your role and be very clear about your intentions, putting that in your line of view, that which you desire to have. Because again, if it's there and it's alluring and it's coming for you or coming at you in your attention and in your gaze, you've already got her. She's already, available to you. You just have to be clear and go up there and shoot your shot as the hunter, be it a bow and arrow, basketball, a gun, whatever type of hunter you are or whatever position you're playing. You have got to make the final move. That's your position. Hers is to pull you in, and yours is to take the bait. And then we all get what we want, right? She wanted to pull you in, and you wanted to pull her in. So it works out rather perfectly. So that's my little spiel for tonight. Yes, women shoot their shots. You just got to watch and listen. And some tips for ladies on how to shoot your shot. Just be alluring. Be authentic. Be who you are in your own unique way. But understand, too, you got to know what you're trying to catch here, girl. So if you only want a dude who cares about a big butt and big boobs and a pretty face, if that's all you're putting out there, that's all you're going to get. If you want someone who cares about your mind and your intellect and your smile and your sense of community and all those other wonderful things, then that's what you put out there. And that's what will capture his attention. So, hope you guys enjoyed. That's my spiel for tonight. I've been having a bad hair day. I'm looking like, oh my God. Anyway, that's my vanity moment. As always, you're never without power because real power lies within. I love you. Peace. Thank you. Bye. Bye.